engine in the beginning is supposed to be the engine that will provide, actually becoming the engine that can provide the financial infrastructure to any game developer working currently in Unreal or Unity to quickly and painlessly, without the need for blockchain coding, connect his game to a myriad of DeFi features like tokenization, NFTs, all those staking, farming, etc., plus competition pools, betting engines, anti-cheats, and whatnot. And that's the Stonk engine. And Road2Moon is our proof of concept game that we wanted to build, to simply show off the possibilities of Stonk engine, how it can be used, and what this whole thing is all about. So this is it in a nutshell, but I think I forgot the last part of your question.
No, you pretty much touched on it. So me as a developer, and I have a game, and I'm going to end up picking insert stonks to, I guess, build it in. What are some of my limitations, if any? Am I limited to the Solana chain, or am I able to use it on other chains? Like, what does that API look like for me as a developer?
So you will be able currently, first of all, we are connecting to Solana. This is our blockchain of choice in the beginning, but we are already eyeing also we are connecting it to Luna for the separate project that we're working with right now. But we are eyeing ourselves to become cross-chain very, very soon. So we want to connect to Polygon. We are looking at Immutable X, which is experiencing massive growth. Also Ethereum, Binance, you name it,
That's cool.
So wherever there'll be need, then we will go.
Yeah, right. I love it. So for any developer that would be looking to it, what's the minimum really they would need to have for a project to come on there? Like, is there going to be upfront costs for someone to come into the system to get started, or is that going to be like a revenue sharing plan, or what's your idea for monetizing and revenue sharing?
So it's going to be quite simple. The engine, the API, in its most basic form, the way we design it, is going to be free to use. Any developer can take it and, connect it to his game, publish that game anywhere he pleases. And in this model, we will only be taking a part of the fees that are, generated when using the engine.
Okay, cool.
But then there's also going to be a rev share model. Our project is very data oriented. We're focused on building a sustainable play turn economy in the long run. So we're going to be collecting data from the games that are connected to the Stonk engine, looking at what works, what doesn't, increasing our value offering so that if you come with a big game or even a small game that we find promising, and you'll be looking to really work on connecting it, on building the economy, then we will help you with all our knowledge, all our data to make a custom implementation, that's what we call it, of the Stonk engine. And for that, there will be a rev share.
Yeah, okay, cool. So it sounds like, you're really building out the fundamental framework for really anybody that has an imagination or the desire to build something, like almost a meta, their own version of a meta. And you'll be able to kind of do all the hard work while they, all the functional work, and then provide real value with the data assets that you guys are able to collect over across. That's really cool. What would be some of the use cases that you could see? If I'm thinking about launching a game and I want to use insert songs, what would be the data points that I could take and really help shape my game to better appease my players? What are some things that you would look at?
So let's take, for example, the hyper casual game, something very simple, like, let's say, solitaire. So from out of the box, you'll be able to quickly implement NFTs, different decks as NFTs, for example. This will be very simple to do. You will be able to create a currency for your game that can relate directly to the points that are generated there. So let's say the more you win against someone, you'll be able to win their points, thus their tokens. You can implement a betting engine that you'll be able to make competitions through. So, make arenas, prize pool arenas, PvP arenas, custom tournaments supporting small and large communities. So this is like the out-of-the-box solution, and to that you can also connect our, standalone anti-cheat module that will be analyzing, the game. That will be analyzing patterns that you generate while playing. It will be also analyzing whether you're human or not, and that's actually a very, very pattern recognition oriented software that we're building.
So you guys are building out
the player's safe.
You guys are building out your own AI, some of your own AI, training your own AI models then for some of these things, or you guys, have stuff that from your team that has been in the industry, or what's that look like?
So we have on our, in our team and on our board, we have a bloke used to work for NASA and DARPA. Mm-hmm. He's an AI specialist.
Oh, wow.
So he's providing us, so he's helping us write Python scripts that will do the pattern recognition in the system. So this is it for the anti-cheat. There is also multiple features in there that are way more specific and also will, protect the games from cheaters, like, all the traditional things like speed hacks, wall hacks, etc. Memory hacks as well as we are looking very closely at OpenCV and how it is utilized, the ways cheaters use OpenCV to win at games. And we're also working on models that will allow us to counterpoint that.
That's so cool. It's probably one of the coolest projects so far that we've talked to, just because it's different in not just creating a game or music sharing service or something, but you're creating an entire industry that will power these NFTs. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of NFTs out there that in the first layer, what I always consider ones that were merely just art without the thought of utility or the thought of gaming down the road. You could still tie those in, and to be able to find a place like Stonk where you can go and bring even more of your creativity to something that you've already built, it's really, really cool. I guess that kind of ties in really nicely then to Road2Moon. So obviously talking about all this sounds really cool, right? And it's easy to sell a product, but then you need to see that it works, and then to see how a person could play, could earn. So is that what you guys decided to do with Road2Moon? Instead of trying to go out and find that first project and get it all set up, you're like, we'll just show you it all from the beginning. Grow the Stonks, insert songs over to Road2Moon, and that's our use case. That's how everything will work. Is that what the idea is?
Exactly that, but when it comes to the game, I will let Stan take the floor because I tend to hog the talking space too much.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, exactly. So we decided to both, show developers, because game developers treat their games as their babies. So I guess it will be easier for them to use it where they see that it actually works. So we decided to create Road2Moon in order to show, all the capabilities of the Stonk engine. So, anti-cheat will be connected there, local law enforcer will enable minting NFTs in the game, farming with NFTs, will enable competitions between players for the tokens, will enable also NFT drop arena, where you're dropped with some different NFT parts, and you can later blend them together to create the utility NFT. All those things will be also covered with the economy in the game. So the economy will we're aiming to make as little of value creation out of nothing as possible, right? Because we want to make it sustainable for long term.
Yes.
So we also will be presenting the economic model for community pool, which is supported with the fees in the game and what the miners are losing from the SEC that catches them. And there will be also a farming pool from which the farmers will be taking their tokens thanks to the utility NFTs, and yeah, it will just, on top of that, we want to show that the game must be fun. So we decided to make it a skill game, and it's hyper addictive. And I mean, sadly, Przemek right now is holding the record. I mean, I was holding the record for the high score for a long time, but right now he's holding it. I'm trying to beat it, but his score is just insane. Whenever the game will be accessible for the public, we'll share it, obviously. But also about so on top of that, we also, before we launched the open access, we wanted to take as much feedback from the community as possible, because that's actually really important for us, right? So the game is fun and easy to play and fulfills all the needs from all the players, and that's why for the pre-sale that we're organizing in April, then all the NFT holders will be able to access the early access version of the game. Give us feedback. Yeah. Well, what?
Sorry for a second, Bourbon. If you could add Pono, he just arrived.
Yeah.
In the audience.
Let me get him in. Let's see. Pono, can you raise your hand? That makes it easier, unless you can tell me where you're at. But I think all of our screens look different. Let's see.
And my screen is at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Ah, there he is. Yep, got him. All right, let's see. Oh, he just left.
He tends to show up late, but at least the tech is on time. So
yeah, it looks like he just left before I had a chance to bring him in. Oh, there he is again. All right.
Okay, he's back.
Pono, at the bottom of your box, will you just raise your hand? Raise your hand.
Right click on yourself and click raise hand or something.
Or also at the bottom of the screen, you have the click with the hand.
Here, let me see if I can do it on my side. Oh, here we go. All right, I invited him to speak. Now he just has to accept it.
Yeah, there he is.
Welcome, Pono. Is it or is it's Mac?
Yeah.
Mac, is your microphone working?
We can't hear you.
Negative.
Guys, this is. Oh, Mac, are you there?
It looks like he's muted now.
No one. Mac? And he's gone.
Right.
You see, that's the thing with technical people, guys. I, for example, own a sound studio in my company, and sometimes you can't get the microphone to work more often than not. So it's always like that.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's all right.
He's back again.
Oh, let's see. All right, All right, go ahead. All right, invite you to speak.
Hi there.
Hey, welcome, Mac.
Guys, I'm really sorry. It's this newest HP laptop with a super duper external speakers and everything get glitched, and I didn't hear you.
No worries, we got you here now. So we were just talking about Road2Moon, and Stan was giving us everything we needed to know. So you want to pick back up from where we started, Stan, or you want to hop in and add any introduction to yourself, Mac? Maybe get to know your background real quick. Do a fast forward or a rewind back to the beginning and hear from you.
Let me just kind of scope about who I am. My last 15 years with the medtech software and pharma industry products, basically on the low-level programming, high-scale computations and medical devices, everything under the certifications and regulatory things. With this kind of background, I came into the idea of building knowledge-based systems, and then introduced myself again, because I came back to the crypto things while having the bad observations about 2017. I understood what is the way to build up blockchain, crypto-based platforms. and then I was just by accident. We met with Przemek and we spoke with the Stan and Mariusz about building kind of game, and guys were thinking if it's possible to to connect this kind of game to something bigger.
Almost done.
They were like, is it really possible?
Wanna go watch your videos? Almost done.
You need to build up something like an API. Yeah, absolutely. And this is where it started. It was like it was some time ago, and since then we made quite long but still short, way from discussions about features into getting features already working on the API. So yeah, it's happening for real.
Yeah, that's really exciting. So we're kind of up to the point of Road2Moon where Stan was breaking down. I think we left off on just started touching on the NFTs and the benefit of being an early holder of the NFT and what that gives you access to in the next coming months. So you want to pick back up from there, Stan?
Yeah, sure. So for now, like as I said, we're doing all the NFTs that we're doing are utility NFTs. So you'll be able to use them in the game and for some particular different benefits. So first benefit that Mati, could you mute yourself, please, because I hear a feedback from your microphone. Okay. First thing that the NFTs give you is access to early access of the game, where we will be gathering feedback. There will be some access to the NFTs, to the founder NFTs that won't ever be, again on the market. So that's another benefit. And what's the most important is that you'll be able to play the game. You will be able to see what's up with everything and be ahead of the rest, get some drops, and I hope it's gonna be fun. I really believe it will. So this is the first benefit of the NFTs and the utilities I have been mentioning. I told you a bit about the economy in the game. So each NFT will give you some free daily racing tries. For example, on the arenas that are paid, because in general, just racing and improving your skill is actually 100% free, but if you want to join the arenas or some betting or driving against other players, then you need to put something from your side in order to try to win. So the NFT will give you option to daily free racing tries. It will give you some mining power, as I said, both from the like to mine the new tokens and from farming pool. It will give you community pool boost, which will give you a slightly bigger chunk of the community pool that will be redistributed between all the active players every 7 days. Increase of the garage space. The details about that will be in white paper. I don't want to go too long. It will increase your staking power, gives you racing boosts, increased percentage chance on NFT drop arena, where the parts of the NFTs will be dropped and later you'll be able to blend them. And it will enable NFT staking, and obviously all those NFTs will be blendable into higher levels, right? So you come in and basically you can do a lot of stuff with this NFT, whether you want to just kill in the game or you want to farm or you want to just stake. It's like there's a lot of data, a lot of numbers, and it will be published actually next week in our Road2Moon white paper. Because right now, white paper is on our website. Maybe I'll drop a link on the AMA Questions channel, and we're publishing white paper very soon. So everybody will be able to open the spreadsheet, count the numbers, and see what's the best strategy. And let's do it. And actually, one important thing is that we'll be doing our pre-sale in 4 different waves. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and wave 4. And the whitelist that we're giving away for the crowd, that for all the members that came here, are for those different waves of the NFT.
Yeah, I'm assuming wave 1 is going to be the first of the 4, or are you going to have a different section, or are they the same time, just different access?
I mean, actually, yeah. Wave 1 will be the first one,
okay.
But it's like wave 1, then after a week, wave 2, after a week,
gotcha.
wave 3.
And so when does wave 1 start?
mid-April.
Mid-April.
So in 3 weeks, and actually wave 1 is the one wave in which when you buy an NFT, you will also get a premium pass to all the other waves. So I mean, we are calling it the golden wave.
Gotcha.
It's really hard to get wave 1 whitelist, but it's possible. We're doing a lot of giveaways, competitions. Some members of our community are sending us some sick stuff, fan art, etc. So I mean, how many total
NFTs is it? The first? Is it going to be like a Gen 0 thing with more in the future, or have you guys touched on that?
It's like for 4 waves, we'll be selling 1,800 NFTs.
Okay.
So 100 in the first wave, 200 in the second wave, 500 in the third wave, and 1,000 in the fourth wave. And this is 1,800 NFTs. And the game starts with this amount of NFTs when the open access will be open. And later, I mean, the total absolute maximum total supply of this utility NFTs will be 5,000, but it will be stretched along many months because the plot of the game is that the Stonker and Doge are going on the heists to steal to steal the mining equipment from Fed, and whenever they will be coming back from the heist with some new mining equipment, which are the NFTs, then the new NFTs will be on the market to mine by the players. So I mean, if someone loves the game, loves to improve its skill, and will be up to date, there will be sudden announcement that new NFTs are on the market, and that's it, right? So everyone will get the chance, and yeah.
That's awesome. But do you have have you developed, that you guys have all been playing for us, and this is a great question for all y'all, do you guys have a specific or strategy that you've already kind of told yourself, once this drops, this is the strategy that I'm going to be going for, and I think it's the best one? Have you guys been having like those internal arguments of who has the best strategy on how to get the most value out of it?
We can't disclose what strategy is the best, but in general, everything that will be happening in the game, even if you are going from the city to the staking launch pad, to the staking pad for the rocket, or you're going to the fields of opium, or anything, will be gamified in a way that wherever you go, you will be running away from SEC, right?
Yep.
So the biggest idea of this game is that the more skilled you'll get, right, the more money you'll earn. So that's why it's skill based, because if you're skilled, if you're really good, then you have different mechanism to fight against different players to win prizes or farm as well, and then after that you also won't lose it because you will run away from SEC, and that's why go on, Joey.
And that's, as Stan touched on earlier, to us, the biggest pain point of play to earn and any sort of blockchain games that we've experienced thus far was the fact that they were simply boring. Like take Axie Infinity, for example. I mean, the game was a massive success, but there was little gamification in it. So, we are trying to take it with our game to the next level, where we are gamifying all the processes around the, so to speak, staking, farming, all the financial models that are in there. So we're kind of creating a story around that and building the game around those, thus making the earn features optional to players who, want to really invest, but bringing a game out to gamers as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I'm excited to keep following along the journey, to be a part of the project, and as an NFT holder at some point, definitely going to get one. Is there anything that you guys haven't touched on that you've seen come up in your community? I'm getting feedback. That you want to touch on?
Stan? Does anything come to mind?
This feedback really confused me. Could you repeat your question?
Yeah, let me see if I can get rid of that. That was weird. Is there anything that we've covered a good bit so far, Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you guys have felt that's been important to make note of and that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, I think from my perspective, I'd like Mac to talk a bit about NFTs in general and our approach to NFTs, how we are planning to, trying already to standardize it, for game developers. Mac, do you want to take the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a secret thing or I can speak it out loud, is that we started technical discussion and there is no issues to do that. I mean, it's going to be done that we will utilize WenLambo cars in our game. So, so when you buy, NFTs with the WenLambo, you will be able to bring them to the Road2Moon game and use them as your car. But as I was writing on the Ama Questions channel, you can just check it out and jump in. Imagine that WenLambo Road2Moon NFTs, they are not only just the collectibles. They are happen to be something you can use for now. Just imagine just those two games, but it's just the beginning. Why not to have an NFT that you can utilize in completely different games?
Yes.
And the technical, amount of work that technically needs to be done is not that complex for just a, regular Unity or Unreal developer. So when we checked what's inside of, WenLambo NFTs, we found that they are, full enough, it build up enough widely in terms of parameters that we can not only utilize, their, the models, but also there are parameters that we can utilize in terms of, let's say, playing in a Road2Moon with your WenLambo NFTs.
Mm-hmm. So this gives like another layer to collectibles. It's not only collectibles, I mean NFTs and collectibles. Yeah, collectibles. Because you will be able to, this is like the proto version of what you could imagine in Ready Player One, where, you just jump from world to world and have your asset with you, use it, have those certain characteristics translated between one game and another. Those things are definitely possible, and this is the technology that allows us to, fulfill this dream. So this is why, at least I am so bullish about this, like so completely bullish.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's kind of the way I view almost like a layer 3 or level 3 might be not the best terminology, but when Mac touched on it earlier about being able to take an asset that you have on a different chain, but that's your game piece, and with the all the talk of the meta and being able to bridge all the different blockchains, there's no reason, particularly when the foundational software that you're building within allows you to, jump in via API or a cross-chain bridge and be able to take those, and as long as the other developers are open to it, letting a massive amount of other projects and gamers into, your what you're developing. I think that will be the catalyst that will drive the entire GameFi space within a blockchain, well beyond anything that we've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end, we just want to enjoy our games.
Yep.
This is the paradigm that happens in the meantime, which was quite sickening. Is that instead of we came from blockchain 2.0 to blockchain 3.0, however you will technically describe it. But then, people started just, gathering collectibles, and the games became kind of marketplaces mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm okay with, buying stuff that might be, worth something in the future, I still don't see the more sense about it. If the game becomes just mainly financial instrument, then where is the pleasure of playing that game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. I love it. I love what you guys are doing. I think a lot of the audience are going to walk away today with a better understanding of the project, and maybe just even a better understanding of how NFTs will evolve over the next course of, year, 5 years, and really into what you keep hearing in the media and on different social outlets, just the whole meta and how everything can kind of mesh together. And as long as the projects that you're investing in are forward thinking and ambitious, I think there's a lot of open land that hasn't been seen or even explored yet, and it's really cool to see what's going to be coming down the future. So thanks guys for hopping on. I know we have some giveaways and stuff to get to, and I don't want to cut you short if there's anything else you guys wanted to talk about in terms of your project before we call it a day.
Yeah. One thing, I think I didn't mention that the whitelist passes, we decided to distribute them as an NFT. So everybody who wins the whitelist will get the NFT, and it will be, I would say, tradable on Magic Eden on our collection. There will be also an announcement about that. So definitely, fighting for the whitelist is worth it.
All right, cool. So,
do you have any questions maybe for me about, or should we go?
No. So, what I was to say was, what is your Twitter handle? Where can people who aren't following you follow you?
Just write insert Stonks and
cool. Or drop it. Or drop it over in the AMA channel. You guys have the website. What's the website? Again, if you want to just drop it over in the AMA, or if you want to verbal it, that's fine too.
Yeah, I have just dropped it. It's Road2Moon.io and insertstonks.io.
All right. So when I grabbed the screen, originally we had 74 in the audience, so we're gonna do one of 74. You okay with me doing the random number generator, Stan?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get the first one. So we'll do the 3 whitelists from Stonks, and then we'll do the Lambo after that, and then. Do you guys prefer the members to DM me with their wallet addresses, or do you want them to DM you guys? How do you want to do that transaction?
You can join our channel and just DM on the support. You can create a ticket there and say that, hey, I want a whitelist.
And that's over your server?
Sorry?
That's in your server? Your Discord server? Okay, cool. So yeah, if you win, join. If you're not already joined, go join. But if you win, you definitely want to join and go create a ticket, and that's how you'll get the Stonks Road2Moon NFT. So here comes the first one. We have number 25, which is going to be. It was WK. And I'm sure that our screens may all look different. On my screen, I have rows of 10 to make it easy for finding who we're at. But it was WK as the winner. So contact Stonks in their server. Here comes the next one, 47, which is going to be Surge 117.
Congratulations, Surge.
All right, and the last one for Road2Moon is number 30, Squid Finder. Squid Finder.
Congratulations to you too, my friend.
All right, and then we'll hold tight for the Lambo. So if you get pulled for the Lambo, please hit me up, DM Bourbon, and I'll just ask you for your wallet address. Make sure you ask me first. Don't just assume that's me. Not that it matters if somebody has your address. But anyways, 64 is the lucky winner. It is K Blair 2. So K Blair 2, you are the WenLambo winner. So hit me up DM, and we'll get you that Lambo as soon as we can. The AMA has been voice recorded. I think I was maybe like 5 minutes late. So I think we just missed introduction and a little bit of banter, but I'll get that format and send over to you guys. As far as WenLambo Harmonyville, we are testing Speed Shop toolboxes. Are getting really close. Or working on a couple issues that we found, but once that's taken care of, we won't be far away from there. And the papers and white books for Harmonyville and that metaverse is being finalized, and we'll be able to publish that. So the mystery of how it all connects together will be revealed, and I think a lot of people will be happy. But other than that, I think this was a wonderful AMA. I will be hanging around in the server for a little bit longer afterwards if anybody else has any other questions that we didn't get to. And I want to thank Chemek, Mac, and Stan for hopping in and giving me about an hour of their day. I know they got lots of stuff to do, so if you guys have any last parting words, by all means, go ahead and let us know.
I think we didn't mention, actually, I really, really love your project as well, and I was minting from the whitelist as well. I had 12 Lambos, and
nice.
I mean, I love what you are doing, guys. Again, I think we didn't have a moment to touch base on that, but yeah, I think that we'll figure something out together, something big, as Spawn Tribe said.
Yeah, we'll come over into your server like next month or something when we have some more information to drop and get some new eyes on the project. So,
same from me. I would like to thank everyone here and guys, and also say that I'm a proud Lambo owner, and hopefully, we'll go to the moon together.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, maybe Mac's having issues again. So. Cool. Well, hey, appreciate you guys. I'll get this audio over to you in a couple minutes. In the meantime, if you want to hang out, answer questions, great. If you got to roll and go get some other stuff done, everyone understands. And everybody in the audience, thanks for being there. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate y'all and the support. All right. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, Mac.